Hello, hello. Welcome to Rooted Frequency, where we ground down into the beautiful light that is you. I am so happy that you are joining me today. I wanted to do something fun and something crystal oriented because you know I love crystals and I have a crystal shop. And actually, moving into the fall, my crystal shop will have regular business hours, so you will not need to make an appointment any longer to come and see me. And if you are not local, not in Strongsville, Ohio, or the surrounding area, you can look at my subscription boxes. I do ship. For more details on this, you can check out my website, holistichealingstrongsville.com, which is also included in the show notes. I am very excited for today's episode because we're going to some lost civilizations. That's right. We are going to talk Atlantis. Crystal Secrets, Shaping Tomorrow with Atlantean Technology. So we all know that crystals are beautiful and I love them, but we also need to look at how they are created, how they are formed, their atomic arrangement, and some other things in order to have a better idea of what crystals can do for us. Crystals have a ordered atomic arrangement, and basically this structure allows them to interact with light and energy in specific ways. So that's why when you go to a crystal shop, you are told that different crystals will behave in certain ways when interacting with your energy. There's actually scientific evidence. It is not just made up woo-woo. So let's shift over to energy, because that is basically what you will hear most about when you go to purchase crystals, is the different energy components. And while crystals are natural formations that do emit subtle vibrations, these can interact with our own energy field. So basically, different crystals are said to possess unique energetic signatures, and these can influence our emotions, our thoughts, and well-being. And if that sounds silly, think about how much even just being in a room with someone that you don't like, how their energy, even not saying a word, can influence you. And I know that everyone can picture that scenario. Someone's energy can totally throw you into a different mood or mindset. So again, scientifically, if crystals are letting off energy, doesn't it make sense that they could also influence us in similar ways? So they all will have unique energetic signatures, and it's not even each type of crystal, it's actually each individual crystal. There's a reason why when people come into my shop, I always tell them to go around and see which crystal draws them in, and also to pick them all up. So if there is a basket of a bunch of quartz palm stones and you're drawn to those, don't just take the one on the top. Pick them all up. See which palm stone vibes with you. And the way to know what vibes with you is you just simply want it. You're like, I have to buy this. I want to buy this. I have a desire to buy this. So buy it. And science hasn't confirmed these energetic properties. Like when we say rose quartz is for love or self-love and compassion, while amethyst in general is offered up to people who come in and are looking for something to help with anxiety or sleep, because amethyst does tend to have a very calming effect. But also on the other hand, some people are very inspired by amethyst. So again, you want to go around and pick them up, because I always say you are your best informant. Nobody can be an expert of your energy but you. So trust in that. Trust in your intuition and what you are drawn to. And when you want to use these crystals, how do you start using them? You can simply have them on your desk for inspiration. Like I said, you can put one on your bedside table to help you with sleep. You also may want to just start putting them in routine with your meditation. You can set intentions with them. You can just have them around to create a harmonious environment in your home. So it can be a tool for self-discovery, or it can just be like this beautiful addition for positive energy. And I mean, really, why do we need an excuse to even have crystals? Just like art, why can't it just be something beautiful that makes us smile? But I still maintain that crystals have energy, and that crystals can help us today. So, first, before we go down that rabbit hole, I want to pull back into the science just a touch. Crystals are formed under specific geological conditions, and these can be like extreme heat, pressure. As we know, diamonds are caused by significant pressure, and it affects, again, the atomic arrangement, and it is like this beautiful, synchronized, highly ordered repeating pattern. This atomic structure is what gives crystals their distinctive shapes and properties, and that's how we put them into certain categories when you hear about quartz, calcite, diamonds, etc. So the orderly structure of atoms in crystals gives them these unique properties, and some crystals are excellent conductors of heat, electricity, making them great components and for protection against radiation, EMF, but also are often used in electronics and computer chips. So doesn't that kind of prove that they have energy if they can be used as a conduit for electricity? I think so. Quartz crystals, for instance, are used in clocks, watches, and radios because they have a piezoelectric property. What does this mean? Basically, it converts mechanical pressure into electrical signals and vice versa in this reciprocity. So other crystals are valued for their ability to refract light, bending light rays as they pass through. So it can affect energy and light. So this can be utilized in lenses, prisms, and even optical fibers for transmitting data. Diamonds, they are exceptionally hard and not only can be very expensive and highly valued, but also can actually be used as tools. They can cut, they can be used as drill bits. They are extremely, extremely hardy. So scientists continue to explore the potential applications of crystals, even though they will say, at the heart of it, there is no scientific proof for them working energetically on us. But they are continuing to research areas like photovoltaics, where crystals are being used to develop more efficient solar cells. Yes, I had never heard of that word before either. But the important thing is that we understand the concept and what they are researching, not that we have to know all of these scientific words, because there are people for that. So, the unique properties of certain crystals are being investigated, researched for their use in quantum computing. And that is the next stage of computers. It's revolutionary. It's taking our technology to the next level. So if we expand upon that just a bit, we get to go down our fun rabbit hole. But first, photovoltaics is the process by which light energy is converted directly into electrical energy. What does that mean? It's converting light into energy. We are getting energy from the source of light. That conversion happens through this physiological phenomenon, and that's that word, photovoltaic effect. So scientists are, of course, studying this for several reasons, because it can create more efficient solar cells and improved performance to help us with enhanced light absorption, improved excitant management. Again, another science word. Excitants are basically excited electrons, which excitants created by absorbed lights. So in traditional solar cells, some excitants lose their energy before they can have the chance to generate electricity. So they kind of want to try to manage them to see if we can produce electricity via light converting, exciting these electrons and these little excitants. I'm just picturing all of these cute little excitants making energy. So this could be a very, very efficient way to charge things, transport properties, minimize energy loss during that transport process when this light is being transported into energy, and it can help us to have this material stability and durability. These solar cells could be more stable to withstand harsher weather conditions, which tells me that then we would be able to more dependably use them for a, again, dependable energy source. And not to mention that this would be extremely cost beneficial. Basically, when you hear people talk about how we should have access to free energy. So summing up our fun dive into why is she talking about this and crystals is to get to the next step, Atlantis. So again, to summarize, the goal of these scientists studying photovoltaics in crystals is to develop a new generation of solar cells that are more efficient, capture sunlight more effectively, and ultimately contribute to a cleaner and more sustainable energy for our future. Cleaner energy, more efficient, more sustainable. Could this be the energy that the city of Atlantis tapped into to run their magnificent city? Okay, I won't make you wait any longer. Simply picture this. Let me paint you a little picture. The sun is setting on this beautiful, shiny city of intricately carved towers of white marble. The city is housed by a society far ahead of its time. And the city is not powered by fire, coal, wind, but by the magic pulsating through the heart of its city. Its crystal heart, yes, a giant crystal at the center of the city. This colossal crystal would be attuned to the celestial rhythm, pulsing with this vibrant, golden life light, this God light, basically what we tap into through meditation, just right there flowing through the city, flowing through its veins. The energy of this captured star pumping. I like to think of it as a gift that was given to them by some sort of celestial being. That is why we feel this connection to the stars. These Atlanteans were able to channel this beautiful stellar energy easily, freely, and with abundance. This makes so much sense. If you look at the things that have been discovered in the oceans that they have said could possibly be Atlantean or Lemurian artifacts, so these ancient cities that were so advanced, I think first because they had this direct connection to something spiritual, they listened, and I think that we have really been desensitized and dumbed down so that we don't have this connection quite as easily to something more. But it is within us. That connection is still there. It's just being dulled by the things that we watch, the things that we eat, our society, etc., etc., which is why we meditate, because that is how we tap into this beautiful spiritual place within us. We are energy. They were using these crystals to magnify, to tap into frequencies, to be able to get messages somewhere higher, somewhere celestial, maybe just to other dimensional realms. Maybe these crystals could sort of encapsulate the city and raise its frequency so that they can have access to these higher dimensional beings to learn from. I mean, how cool is the idea of that? It seems very plausible to me. So, when we look at science, and from that standpoint, them looking at this for trying to create a sustainable energy source, which, side note, I'm sure there's scientists working on this, but I'm positive that they have achieved it already, and it's simply been covered up, because why would the government want us to have free energy? It would really put a big, poo-poo on their plans to keep us all docile and in debt. But there is no doubt in my mind that the, whatever you want to call them, the elite, the 10%ers, the 1%ers, 10%, that would be nice, 1%ers that are running everything are already utilizing this. Perhaps these crystals are capable of being giant computic transmission devices in and of themselves. I don't know, they're probably doing this in CERN. Maybe they're even doing it in the basement of the Vatican. I don't know. But I want you to start thinking about it, because that is our job. In order to keep everyone waking up, we have to question everything. We have to explore. We have to gain more knowledge, because they can't stop us from learning. They can't stop us from spreading information. They can try, but the internet is too vast. And I think that enough of us are awake to where even if the internet were to full on shut down tomorrow, we would find each other. And for many of us, it would be kind of our dream of creating these yurt villages and, living off the land, but that would be nice. But yes, I do feel like they already are using these things. And I think we're going to find out more and more about it. But that aside, I want to also just touch on, since we're talking about the energy of crystals, that you can also just use them. You don't have to create a energy field or try to, although maybe you should. I don't know. I just thought maybe I should surround my house in crystals, create a little bubble field. Anyhow, but you can use them for manifestation, intention, energy. And for centuries, crystals have captivated people for their beauty, but also for centuries they've been using them for intention. They've always been incorporated in different cultures. They're tools. They amplify desires and can attract and pulsate these things that we desire, bring them into reality. So if you are just beginning to work with crystals, it's as simple as purchasing the ones you vibe with, the ones that you are drawn to, learning about the crystal, and using them for a specific energetic atmosphere that you're trying to create during your manifestation practices. So, an example, you could use clear quartz to amplify basically anything. It magnifies any desire during visualization that you put into it. I like to place it on my third eye during my meditations, and it's sort of like a projector, so I can project out to the universe what I am trying to achieve or draw into myself. Rose quartz could be used for love, if you want to meditate on attracting love, or even just meditating on self-love, which I think should be always the basis that you start with, because if you love yourself, the energy is going to be there to attract whatever you want. And of course, amethyst, we already talked about. If you're wanting to, really calm and focus, if you have trouble meditating, maybe grab an amethyst, and that's part of your meditation practice. So these crystals can act as reminders and anchors for our intentions. We can carry them throughout the day or place them in certain areas at our office or even in your car, hanging from the mirror or around your house, because this constant visual will help us to always be in tune to this desire that we're working towards. This visualization can strengthen our resolve and keep us focused on the goal ahead. Crystals can also be incorporated into manifestation rituals by putting a specific intention through visualization. And that can be in meditation or outside of it. So just holding the crystal during maybe affirmations, writing your desire or drawing, maybe you're an artist, on a piece of paper and putting it underneath your crystal. Again, kind of like a projector, harnessing that energy. And the effectiveness in the crystals and manifestation will, of course, rely on you. Your belief. The power of belief is very, very important. You can't just do these practices and then say, oh, it didn't work. We are powerful beings. You are controlling your energy. So you have to have this mindset, this intention, this thought, this action of moving towards your goal. Place it in every single part of your process. Drive your focus. Take concrete steps towards manifesting your desires with beautiful crystals surrounding you. Because of course, crystals are not magic. I always say that. I mean, they kind of are. They're magical. But they're not, going to solve all of your problems. But I think that they are an awesome, awesome tool with so many different ways to use them to focus, place intention, and keep you on track with this persistent action. Crystals can be these beautiful companions on your journey, giving us these tangible connections to our desires, reminding us of the power that we hold to shape our own reality. And even if you just see them as pretty and that they are beautiful placebos, you can still use them. Look up the placebo effect. We are powerful. Use your power to have the world you want, shape the things you want to embody. And beyond manifestation, we can use crystals for healing. They've been used for millennia in various cultures for their healing properties. And yes, again, science doesn't support the notion of crystals actually helping to heal physical ailments, but I have seen it firsthand as a healer. And even if it is placebo effect, if it's belief, they sure as hell do something. You can look back to these cultures that associate specific crystals with different healing properties to learn more about them and find ones that you jive with and explore it. Emotional healing, physical healing. These are things that are passed down through generations. They shape our cultural practices. Why should we lose this? Even just saying, your grandmother always wore turquoise. Crystals are not just adornments. They can have a whole history, a purpose. Carry that tradition on, explore it. There's a whole nother reason to dive into the world of crystals. It's important to understand our ancestry in order to tap into those ancestral roots. Start with crystals. Do a little deep dive. How are crystals associated with your origin? I would love to hear what you discover. Thank you truly from the bottom of my heart for listening, for taking the time to support me. I do love podcasting, and if you want to support my podcast and help me spread the light and love, then I would really appreciate a follow, a comment, a share, whatever you feel like you want to do, a review. Tell your friends that I'm amazing and that they must listen. Okay. I love you all. Have a fantastic week, and I will touch base with you next Tuesday. Love to all of you. Until next time. Bye now.